Oh man, what's happening, everybody? Listen, my name is Jared Walker. For those of you who do not know my name, is Jared, not Gerard. Gerard is Jared Walker, and welcome to the first Supersonic Saturday Sessions. What we're gonna do here is something so phenomenal and crazy that I can't imagine not doing this anymore after today. But before we get started, I want you to know that I got some music for you, and this is how this is gonna work. Number one, let's get some applause. Let's go ahead and get, you know what I'm saying, some applause going. Matter of fact, let's start. Let's get the DJ hands going because this is about to be something that's for you. Are you a music creator? Are you a music producer? Are you a beat maker? Or what do you do? Because if you create music or you are somebody who's looking for music, you in the right space and place. You get to show up to a place where you don't even have to show your face and you get to showcase. What I have done, I put together something exclusively for music lovers as well as needers and creators. This is what we're going to do. I am first going to bring up our guest, my guy, the main man that I have produced so much music with. It's crazy. Like, we've done so much. His name is John Jizzle. This man is such a dope producer. I met him back in the day on another platform. Well, it was YouTube, but it was our guy Brandon Rico, who, man, this guy here, he's a dope producer as well. But he created a stage for us to actually present our music on. So those of us who are hiding our music, or as I say, hiding your voice, and we have all these sounds on our hard drives, and nobody had ever heard us, and nobody knew that we did what we did, or if they did, it was a small amount of people. This man, John Jizzle, is somebody I was able to connect with, collaborate with, communicate with, and continue with. And it's been nothing but amazing. We've accomplished contests together. We produced some things that's actually had my wife and kids smiling like a bug and all types of stuff. It's been amazing. So I'm about to bring him up right now and right here, right now. My guy, John Jizzle. Jizzle, what up, man?
What's up, man?
Man, it's
What's
been a
going
long
on?
time coming, bruh. Long time coming. Crazy part is, I need to make sure I can see who's leaving comments and who's communicating with us. Man, bruh, it's a pleasure to have you on here with me, man. It feels so good, too, to finally be making some moves in a direction that we have been talking about for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So let's see. We got the live going. Yup. So now what I need to do is I need to make sure that we got it to where everybody can show up the way that they want to and need to. That way it ain't no confusion about nothing. Let's see here. Yup. Yup. We in there. We in there, man. Here we are. Here we go. So look, I want to actually just let people hear what we do. Let people hear what we have done because it's been kind of quiet. And I don't like all this quiet, man. So let's actually play this track, man, where I feel like this joint right here, it did so much for us when we created it that I don't even know if I can explain it, but I'm gonna play it and you know exactly what I'm talking about. You good with that?
Yeah, let's see it.
All right. Hey man, when we created that joint, I don't. All I remember is I was doing what I was doing on them keys, and when I listened back to what you was doing, I said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that?" Like, do you remember creating that or the
Man, that
experience
was
of it?
hard. Yeah, yeah, it was crazy. The feeling, yeah.
Man, I was running that joint for a little bit on the when I was doing those casual conversations, and people was just like, "Man, what's man? Can I get that? Hey, can I?" I said, "I can't get that to you, bro. Nah, I ain't selling that one. Nah, that's not. Come on, man. Come on, man." So,
Mhm.
what like when it come to producing, man? When it come to making beats and like collaborating, like what really be going through your head, man? Whenever you actually are doing what you doing, like when we collaborating, what's really going through your head when you doing what you're doing?
Shoot. I just want to match the energy, man, or put mine with what I'm hearing, because I'm blown away from what I hear. So I'm like, man, shoot, I got to show up too.
Mm.
I, you know,
Yeah, that's funny because it's the same way with me. You'll put something together, like you'll be like, "Hey, here you go, man." And I'll be like, "Yo, that joint fire!" Like, "Hey, let's keep going on this." Oh, it's by the way, y'all. I am accepting beat submissions. If you want to actually submit your stuff and get a reaction and see exactly what it is you might be able to do to enhance and improve, or maybe want to inspire those who can listen back to this, I'm going to drop this link right here in this chat. That way, it's in the description. The link is in the description. However, I want you to have it available to you with ease. Just literally go to that link, submit your submission. I'll receive it and I will actually play them in the order that I received them. If you want to participate in this, it's your choice. It's your choice all day. You don't have to, but this is what this is for. Intentionality is what it's all about. I call it being the if. If it's a condition that's got to be met in order for a specific purpose to be fulfilled. So, me, when I show up as an intentional father, intentional family, intentional friend, intentional faith, intentional focus, intentional finances, intentional fitness, and all of these things, intentional fun is what we're here for today. Because the fun that you have allows things to be worth it, right? Like we don't want to be doing a bunch of stuff that ain't just don't feel worth it. It's a waste of time and nothing. So what we're doing today with these frequencies, I guess you could say intentional frequencies, wants you to be able to get your music heard and let other people find out about you too. Like you never know who is listening, who's watching, who's paying attention. I've been in so many rooms where I found out people were actually paying attention to me, and it's just like, man, I didn't even know that y'all was even aware. I wasn't aware, but they were. So this is your opportunity to actually get your music heard. So submit your beats, submit your songs. As long as there's nothing that's already been published, it's copywritten or anything like that, you'll be good to go. Now, with the copyrights and stuff, well, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. But until we get somebody that might want to, submit something, man, it's another joint we did, bruh, that like when we did this one right here, I was like, man, this kind of elevated and took it to a whole nother level. You remember that 2%?
yeah.
I'm about to play that joint.
All right.
Whew, when we did that joint, man, the fun part was finding that crank up sound. It kind of gave that that 50 Cent that that from the massacre. As it kind of gave them vibes for a second before we took it off to where we did. But man, what was your thoughts when you was creating that joint too?
Man, I don't even. I can't. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I just like what those kids was taking.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, with your experience though with the collaborations with me, like I don't even be paying attention to my process. I just go. What do you actually like on your end, what do you see me doing or hear me doing that's typical pretty much? Like what is it that you watching or waiting for or looking for?
Um, but I hear you warming up, and then you'll hit a few melodies, and then you lock in, and you just take off.
Mm,
And then at that point, I'm just trying to find some drums or something to kind of match the sound palette, little different little sounds to match what you're doing.
man, I
And
didn't even
sometimes it goes away. Like sometimes you'll change what you're doing, and I had to start over. Uh, I had to pick new sounds.
I flipped the whole script. 1 minute it's
Yep.
going one direction, and the next, I done took the track, I done reversed it, I done chopped it up, I done changed the tempo on and on, and did all types of stuff, man. I'm sorry, I definitely be doing all that. It's crazy though because it's kind of how conversations go, right? With people, I know with me when I'm connecting and conversing with my wife, we'll be having one conversation, and it'll start one way, then it'll go into another discussion. And then if I'm not careful, that thing can get volatile. He can get volatile. So you got to make sure you're like paying attention to where the person is going, like paying
Mhm.
attention to the direction the conversation is going. That's what's happening with music. You just paying attention, like, okay, I see what he's trying to do, or I think I do. Let me wait to see what where I can fit in, or if anything needs to be done by me to begin with. Because the same thing with conversation, it's like, listen, sometimes the person just needs to be heard, need to feel like they're being heard
Mhm.
at least. So as you listen, you can, pay attention and hear what they're trying to say. And you might be able to pull some gems out of the conversation. However, when it comes to this music production side of things, man, it's like, oh man, when we're creating, we're actually collaborating in a way that is called communication. So collaboration and communication ends up producing this actual creation. And then that creativity turns into this level of intentionality, and we get to go back and listen to and be like, yo, did we do that? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
like, don't even know how that even came about. Man, I wish I could. I need to find. It's one joint, man. We did. It was with the Avengers. That Avengers theme. That joint was crazy. I gotta find it. But speaking of crazy, here go another joint that we did, man. That man, this it's actually one of my favorites. That's not cinematic. Yeah, here you go, right here.
Yeah.
Man, 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 that joint, and it's crazy because it took about a year for us to even finish it. That's the craziest part. It took about a year for us to finish that joint, man. A lot of things happened in between, but that's one of my favorites, especially on the R&B tip. That joint fire. Oh, I'm glad to know. Thank you. It's coming through crystal clear. Yeah, that's one thing I needed to hear because I was hoping that people were able to hear this the right way, the best way. Um, I know we used to go through all these different things back on B's station whenever he would be playing something, he'd play our stuff, be like, man, why our stuff sounds so spaced out? You taking away from the quality of the sound, bro. Speaking of B, I got this one joint, man. That Joker never did nothing with it. And because he didn't, it never got finished. Remember this?
Yeah.
Oh man, that joint, and it never really just got to take off the way that, but it still sound fire. That
Yep.
joint's still cold. It's still cold. When you did that though, man, that I don't even remember how it started. Like, did I send you something? I think I did.
Uh, yeah, I think you sent the files to me.
Okay, I sent the
It was one
files
of
in,
those. But
and you turned around and took off. Them
yeah.
808s, the reverse, all of that, man. I was that joint was fire too, man. That joint was fire. Oh man. By the way, we are taking beat submissions. So if you have any beats that you want to submit to get them reacted to, get some advice or whatever, you can potentially collaborate. It's in the chat. If you want to hear get your beats heard, you want your music to be heard, you want your voice to be unmuted. If you want to actually be heard as it pertains to your music, there's the actual description as well as in the chat. Just submit your beat to that link and we'll go ahead and play every one of them that gets in the order they received. But this right here is something crazy because I remember when B was doing this. And when he was doing this, man, he used to get a lot of how can I put it? A lot of people weren't where they were going to be as it pertains to the quality of the sound. There will be some people, man, that would, how can I put this? If they submitted their music somewhere else, I've been in those rooms where, bruh, they would legitimately just clown them. They tear them down and be like, oh, that's trash, man. You ain't got it. You ain't this and that. It's like the way that Brandon did it, he didn't do nothing but support people, man. Give a couple of suggestions, a little piece of advice here and there, but he never tore nobody down. And if he really liked your joint, he got on them keys and started playing that synth over your actual beat. you remember what I'm talking about, man?
Yeah. He was feeling it then. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, it'd be dope to get him on one of these joints, man. Get him to come through. That'd be fire, man. I know I had reached out to a few people to try to get them to, you know what I'm saying, come on through, participate in the process of putting this music together. I know my guy M. Edward, man. I hope I hope he shows up. And if not, it's cool. I know he'll get to it, man. I know this is kind of like, I'm kind of doing it janky. Like, a lot of people get caught up on trying to make stuff look perfect, y'all. They try to make things the best that they feel like they can. But if you just get started and you just take the first step, then you'll be able to take the next. And then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then momentum is built. So it's the same thing with producing. We start with one sound at a time. And then we move on to another one. And then another one. And then sometimes you end up with, something like this. Remember this joint? got a submission in this joint. Oh, it's you. Oh man, ain't no telling what this gonna sound like, man. This joint about to be. I'm probably about to be like, hey, let's do something with that. Let's do something. Let me actually let's do it like this, man. This is about to be crazy. I already know it. I already know this joint about to be crazy. I don't know what you did, but I already know it's gonna be something crazy. Let me get it like this. And do like this. It's the first submission, y'all.
Buzzing in the shadows, cicadas on the prowl. Ain't no peace that's screaming loud. Buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. No peace, they keep on buzzing. Them cicadas never leave me alone. No rest, they in fast, wish they go back home. Buzzing, buzzing, buzzing.
Okay.
No peace, they keep on buzzing. Them cicadas never leave me alone. No rest, they in fast, wish they go back home.
Yeah. It's a whole storyteller. Definitely South. That sample fire too.
Buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. No peace, they keep on buzzing. Them cicadas never leave me alone. No rest, they in fast.
Hey, that joint fire. You feeling this joint, y'all? Put some emojis in it. I gotta drop some fire or something in this chat. I'll stop dropping my phone.
Them cicadas never leave me alone. No rest, they in fast. Wish they go back home. Back home, back home, back home.
Out, don't want no bugs smashing. There's no time for drugs. Cicadas screaming like thugs. Back to the dirt, you filthy bugs. Out, don't want out, don't want no bugs. Back to the dirt, you filthy bugs.
Oh, the switch up. Hey, that joint.
Mhm.
Hey man, what was you thinking, man? What were you thinking when you did that? I know you put a lot of that scene. I bet you was meticulous, especially with those with them vocal chops, man. I don't think that was just a quick like here you go. It was some detail I was noticing in that was like some real thought was put into it. How'd you go about it?
It's definitely a message in it. It's a message in those vocals. So this is around the time where Kendrick dropped the disc to Drake, dropped that first Drake disc,
Ooh,
and we had cicadas that came out around that time too. So I'm like, man, I'm finna diss these cicadas, but I can't rap, but I can make beats though. So I made a couple of AI songs dissing cicadas, like just talking about cicadas. Um,
you
I don't
talk
know if
about
you
them
heard the
insects
vocals.
that.
Yeah, all night, all day, and they fly into you. Yeah, those.
Okay.
Um, so I don't know if you heard, but the first part of the vocal she's singing, buzzing in the shadows, cicadas oh so loud. Ain't no sleep,
Mm.
they screaming loud.
Mm.
And then
Oh, that was intentional.
yeah. So I was dissing them cicadas, man.
Tired of them cicadas.
Yeah.
Said they not like us, huh? They're really not.
Yeah,
Man. But that first one was the one I believe would like he wasn't Drake didn't get the first piece. Drake it hit who it hit and it hit Drake the hardest. You talking about that one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you turn around and pulled that energy and created this. This is some daggone cicadas. Disrespectful, loud things. Don't want to let you rest. And might as well be roosters all throughout the day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That joint was fire though, man. That joint's fire. I
Appreciate
like that a
it.
lot. Good work on that, man. You always
Appreciate
have
it.
a balanced way of doing stuff though with the actual between the drums, the sample, the and the purpose behind it, whether it be for a beat contest or you just matching energy. Like it's crazy. You do all that, but you don't play any instruments, do you?
No, no, for real.
That's
No.
wild. Like you can actually like you do your thing, but you're not a pianist, drummer, trombonist, harpist, none of that
No,
stuff. You just know how to
I
get
can't
the
blow no
sound
horn,
out and
man.
make it. You know how to help get that feel out. You know that feeling that you're looking for, that energy that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I'm all about the keys. Like when we did this
Yeah.
joint, man, you flipped it and took it another direction, but it's still cold. Remember this?
I tried this, tried that, tried everything. Coming right back, right back. Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear.
Mhm.
You what? Like, do you even remember the process of that joint being made?
No,
Me either. I think
no.
I think we were going through some vocal chops, and I don't even know if the vocals came first or if the keys came first or the strings came first. Whatever it was, it turned into that. I play that joint regularly too. That's the amazing part about it. Like it's crazy. I need to find the it's another joint, man, that you did. You and I did. Oh, so this one we were doing this I don't remember. It was like we were doing it daily. Like I think we were like we were doing this daily at this point. And ended up taking a break temporarily because some stuff was going on my end. But this right here is actually another one of my like favorites. Another one of my favorites. It's a feeling that this joint gives, man. And be like, it's man, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about as soon as I hear play. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we did that, oh, I don't know
Mm,
what, like, we were in a we were in the zone on that. Like,
yeah,
cause I remember when I was playing those keys, man, it just then dum 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 dum. It's just, I don't know, it just pulled something out of me. And then I remember I was like, I feel like this need a gunshot. It made me think of like 007. Like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, like it's crazy, man. Like we got some joints, man, that I can't even, like, I'm glad we got a lot of them. We got it captured. We got the video of the actual process of the beat being made, and I'm super. That was one of them, I believe. We got some of them joints, man. It's just crazy how you look back in time done went by, and you're like, man, all of these things that was created, all of this stuff that we created, and we were just enjoying the process. Nothing forced, none of that. Like the times it was forced, I noticed we cut that out real quick. I remember we had that what was that? The power hour or something like that. Well, I couldn't get nothing out.
yeah, yeah.
No restraints. We just did what we did. What's another one, man? It's another one, man. Let me see if I can find it. It was another one where I sent you one thing, you turned around and sent me something back. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I think it was mm, this joint right here. I'm about to, boy, this joint right here. I sent this to you, I sent something to you working for somebody, and then next thing you know it, you sent this back. I was like, oh man, that's a wrap. That's it.
Yeah.
Whoo! Oh, but you didn't stop there. You didn't stop there. You went above and beyond. I said, this guy here, he an animal. What in the world was you thinking when you made that? What was going on, man?
Hey, I was just going off what you said, man.
Man, you sent me two versions, bro.
Yeah,
You sent me the first one, got straight to it. And then you sent that second one. I was like, yo, this is crazy.
yeah,
Like, talk about energy. Talk like the energy on that first one. I'll run that back real quick. Like, just the energy off of that one by itself. Whew. Then you turned around and gave me the extended version. I said, "Oh snap, we gonna get the movie and the producer's cut." Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah, that like, you never disappoint though, man. That's why it's always dope working with you. Like it's always something that's like I know we got a lot on. We got to come back to, like we got to get back to and finish and stuff. But if people only knew like how many dang tracks that we got individually together, as well as that ain't even like. I bet you some stuff be like if people heard it, be like, "What you mean that ain't finished? Hey, get that on here. I'll do something to that."
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be dope to let people into that actual that vault, man. That'd be dope, man. It's
The
this
vault.
just man. I know I've been saying like, hey, your beats, we definitely listening to beats. Go to the actual description or in the chat. You'll see where the actual link for uploading your beat, whatever you got. I definitely would love to hear it. And we can see if we can add some type of value by letting you know, like, listen, this is dope. Or letting you know, like, hey, you got it. I just know that right here you could have done this or that. Just some, positive reinforcement. We ain't gonna tear nobody down around here. I ain't never doing that. Edification. If it ain't building up, it's tearing down. If you want to improve, you got to put yourself out there, though, right? So this is a place for that. If you want to get better, if you want to be consistent, you want to get intentional about your music and your beats, or even if you're a business owner. Listen, if you got content and your content is coming from the music for your content is literally just recycled stuff off of Epidemic Sound, Premium Beat, YouTube Library, and all of that. Listen, you deserve to have your own sound. You deserve to actually have your own unique voice. And if you don't have your music right, then your message is possibly lacking. And you deserve better than that. One of the things that I love to do is I love to help people when it comes to sonically improving what it is that they actually want to say, as well as the message that they're trying to put out together with what they're trying to say. So if you unintentional with your actual message, that means there's no music appropriately around it. Even when you go to the older movies, before there were words in the movies and those silent films, there was nothing silent about them because there was music being played. So if music is that important, don't you think it's imperative that you would make sure that your message meshes with the music and melodies that you got going on around them? I would like to think so. If you disagree with me, just drop it in the chat. Let me know what you think. But I do know that when it comes down to this, what's called sonic marketing, man, you got them joints like McDonald's that ba da ba ba ba, and when you hear that, you know who it is. But then you got doom doom doom, that's NBC. But then you know about that doom doom Netflix. A lot of Netflix sounds be going on, man. But being able to match somebody else's intention with their message and melody, it don't get no better than that. Could you imagine if every conversation you had with somebody you actually care about had its own theme sound, its own theme music? Like the moment y'all get to talking, y'all get to creating and communicating and everything, the music start cueing and whatnot, just adding value to the emotion of the moment. That's freaking crazy, man. So if you are a music producer, beat maker, music lover, whatever, or you a business owner, you an entrepreneur, and like, listen, I do need to upgrade my sound. If I'm gonna upgrade my message, matter of fact, if you want to unmute your message, because some people can't hear your message because you ain't got the right sound. Now think about that. Some people can't hear your message because you're lacking the right sound. And when you got stuff like God, dog, man, the stuff that we got created over here, man, it's amazing. But these a lot of these beats need homes. You know what I mean? Like they actually need a home. They need somebody to actually like, literally, here, take this. And if your message is carried along by the melody appropriately, you can touch lives. I would go as far as say you could transform lives just by adding music to your message appropriately. If you agree, put it in the chat. If you disagree, let me know what you think. Because I definitely don't mind. Listen, I ain't got to be the sharpest tool in the shed, and I ain't got to be the rightest person in the room. I could be wrong. I just love to hear other people's perspectives so that I can elevate my own. You know what I'm saying? Hey, remember it was another one we did, man. Speaking of emotion, This joint right here was dealing with that we were going for that like that Godfather feel. That it was Dr. Dre. And this joint right here, man, it really set the tone and the mood. This is like some Godfather music. Let's check this out. Remember we did this? Yeah, that joint was so smooth, man. I enjoyed it. Even though we didn't win the contest that time. They were like, man, it's a whole interlude. It's supposed to be. But that was dope, man. We actually there's an extended version of that we gotta put out. Especially with that guitar whining and screaming that dum 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 dum. You still got that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna come back to that sometime soon. It reminded me of this other joint we did called Momentum. This is me stepping into your world on this one. You know, my stuff be cinematic and you know that emotion, that feeling. I stepped into your world on this one, and we had a ball. Like I was messing with the little voices and stuff and everything. It's like, hey, let me play this so they can see what I'm talking about. It's called Momentum. Man, that was fun. That was super fun, man. How'd you feel about that whenever I actually came into your world that time?
Shoot. I was going off the bounce of those voices, man. Um, yeah, 'cause you start playing. I'm like, I ain't never heard those before. I don't know what folder you got those out of, but that got me going.
It's crazy because that came from they were called Voices of Passion. And all I did was I dropped them into another sampler, and this came from something that's used when it comes to actual composing movies. So this came from one of them type of packages, like movie composure kit. And I took that, man, and I dropped it into that doggone sampler. I said, hold on, wait, what was that? I started messing around. And like, man, and then you took off. I said, oh man, this joint's so fun and fire. But I think another one that was fun and fire, I don't know if this the right version of it, bro, but this the one that actually got us back into momentum. Remember this?
Oh yeah.
that wasn't so smooth when I had a smoother one with the actual drums, the 808s and stuff smoothed out, but that joint still was fire. Like
Yeah.
that joint crazy. And it all came from my guy BG reaching out, letting us know about this contest dealing with Alan Silvestri and the Avengers theme that they were looking for. So we, I don't even think we had created nothing in a minute together on that. This is the one that woke us back up. Then I got footage on that, how we started it and everything, man. I started pulling out all the stops and like, man, let me use these strings. But I got to do these keys this way. But I gotta make sure. And I took my smooth and the cinematic, that feel, and you turn around and turned this joint into dang near the Killmonger from Black Panther. And I was like, this is what I'm talking about. I came to the right one.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that one, man? Whenever we like got back to it with that, what was that like?
I think you hit it on the head, man. It got us back into it. Because it was a minute. It's been a minute since we had collabed, and I mean it was fun though. You know what I'm saying? We had us. It's like we had homework. We had assignment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It was just fun.
yeah, definitely. That man, that you
Yeah.
know what? That's what it is right there. It's because it was like when we were doing the Saturday morning lives with Brandon, it was like there was an assignment that needed to be turned in every Saturday. So every
Yeah.
Saturday, you came through with a beat. You came through with a beat, whether you like pulled it from the dust, knocked the dust off of certain hard drives and flash drives, and was like, all right, we're going ahead and upload. Let me see what they think about this. Or you made something from scratch. And in the
Yeah.
beginning, let me drop this in there. All right, boom, this old, boom, this old, boom, this old, boom, this old. And I got to a point and said, man, let me just make something from scratch. And the more I made from scratch, the better I got. And I started showing up every Saturday with something made from scratch. And then we started, like, that's when the collaboration started. Stuff that I was working on and I sent it, and then you sent some stuff back, and it's just like, man, whoa, this is whoa. Next thing you know, it everything that we creating, it's like we just couldn't miss at that point. Everything that we was creating, we could not miss. So the sound, I think we actually created our own sound. Like we don't sound like anybody. Like everything that we've done, it is literally a jaw jizzle production. Like everything sounds such a way. It's like, man, ain't nobody sounding like this. Ain't nobody doing it like this, man. Like when I go to play something, I go and I play like whatchamacallit, we play safe. Nobody sounds like this. I appreciate that, Princess Marie. Thank you. She said it sounds so good. I appreciate that. But man, look, nobody's creating stuff like that. If y'all know anybody else who sounds like that, please drop that in the chat because I need to follow up with them. I need to collaborate with them. Like, have you ran into anybody, Jizzle, that sound like the stuff that we created?
Nope. Nope.
Me either. And it's not to brag or nothing like that. It's the fact that, hey, because of all of them we put a lot of time in, man. We ended up crafting the sound that's original, and it's us. By the way, just in case y'all don't know, this is not about us playing our music. This is actually about y'all. If you're a producer, if you're a musician, if you're a composer, if you are a beat maker, whatever you are when it comes to music, if you got some stuff you want us to hear and review, listen, send it in. Inside the actual description is where you'll see the actual place to upload that, or it's in the chat. And inside that chat is where you'll see exactly where it's at. You just boom, drop it in there, and we'll listen to your stuff in the order that it is received. Other than that, yeah, man, I don't know anybody that sounds like us. And and the beautiful part about it is when my kids get to hear this stuff, and they just like, whoa, daddy, you made that, you did that. It's like, yeah, I did that. That's cool. Me and Mr. Jizzle. Uh, Here go another one we did, man, that's got a completely different vibe to it than any of these other ones. But this joint is cool too. Yeah, that joint right there. When we created that, that was like, man, hold on, wait a minute. It had a whole different mood to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, how often do you actually like just go back and listen to some of this stuff though, man? Because I'm looking forward to the people that's gonna be submitting beats. By the way, I'm looking forward to finding new talent, the people that's actually like, man, I know somebody that y'all need to hear, and because this music, man, this the type of stuff that make you really reflect and like, man, if I could add this to this, like all these content creators with the same daggone beats. And then you go back and you
Mm.
listen to our stuff and you like, man, what does that do to you, man?
Uh, I like to hear other people's stuff because it's motivational. Oh, not like I want to go make something like what I just heard, but just I would just want to go, just make me want to go create.
Make you want to go create. It remind me of this
Yeah.
other joint we had where you literally need to get out of your head. A lot of people be in their own head. They be in their own head, overthinking stuff, over imagining, making stuff more complicated than what it has to be. And then we created this. Man, all in your head. And it's funny
Mhm.
because so many people be in their own head about their own voice, about the very things that they actually have to say, and they don't say anything. Not realizing that's like a lot of musicians and artists and producers with these beats and these songs, they don't want to let nobody hear, but they keep it to themselves. It's crazy because it's opinions. Your actual creation is an opinion that somebody actually might need. I will go as far as say it's a perspective. And if you have a perspective based off of what you've experienced in life, in context of things you've outlasted, things you've overcome, things you've outlived, all of that stuff, you still here, fam. So if you in your head about something that somebody else don't even comprehend, they like, listen, nah, but you doing it. You got to get out your head and get in the game. You got to literally get in the game and start being intentional with what you have, because somebody waiting on you to use it. Somebody's waiting on you to show up. Like somebody's waiting on you to what I call unmute yourself. You got to unmute your voice though. You got to, like, if you're a producer, you're a beat maker, artist or whatever, you got to unmute your music. Because somebody is waiting on you. If you're a business owner, you actually have the ability to change and transform lives with the products and the services that you have. You need to unmute your business. Like you literally have so much to offer, but when you choose not to just present it, it's because you in your head about it. You are muting yourself, fam. Don't do that. Don't continue to do that. And then don't let nobody mute you. Don't let nobody mute you to stop you from being heard just because they feel a certain type of way. Bump that. It's your power. Well, it's a proverb that says death and life are in the power of the tongue. And he who loves it enjoys its fruit. Well, your fruit is your full results understood in time. And the results that you have produced are the fruit that's in you. And if you actually do something with what you have, I promise you, it's somebody that's going to say thank you. I mean, everybody want to be grateful or want to be gratified or thanked or something like that. Remind me of this joint right here. When you're going through all these feelings, and you go through every emotion. And when you get to going through all of these emotions, it affects the way that you are performing and presenting yourself. You got to show up on purpose, man. Don't be incidental or accidental. Be intentional. If somebody need what you had to offer, you just got to be intentional about putting it to use. Don't waste your voice. Don't waste your past. Your past has produced your present, and you have the ability to show up with purpose, on purpose. Man, this joint right here, golly, it was another one. Yeah, that was another one. I sent them vocals over to you and sent the basics of what I created, and you turned around and turned it up.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy,
Yeah.
bruh. It's and that's one of them ones I was sitting on for some years. I couldn't figure out, like, man, what could I do? Like, the vocals were dope. I chopped them up. That's actually my god sister. And I took those actual vocals and chopped them, and then I, made some basic drums around them, and then the keys and stuff. But you turned that joint into something that was like, y'all, no. This is a story. This a whole story. and
Yeah.
transformed into what it is. But we go through all these emotions, man, waiting for somebody else's permission to go and do exactly what it is we've already been commissioned to do. Not knowing somebody waiting on us, and then we hesitate and hold off, taking forever just to do something to be like, man, I'm glad I did that when I did it. It's like, yeah, but you should have did it a long time ago. What you waiting on? You sitting up here
Mm.
waiting, and somebody waiting on you. Remind me of Sonic the Hedgehog when he be tapping that foot. I'm waiting. Yo, man. I don't see no more submissions though, man. I don't know if we getting enough. You know, I'm gonna have to get some more producers aware of it too. That's another thing. Cause some people might just be in here just listening. Like they enjoying the music, they enjoying the combo. That's that. They ain't making no beats or nothing like that. Or they not business owners. They just, they consumers, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what are your thoughts on all of this, man? How's your experience been just listening back to this stuff live?
Um, I don't know, man. I just kind of zone out when I listen to him, man. It take me back to the feeling of some of the conversations we would have
Mm,
before. That'd be a lot of the moves anyway.
convo?
Because it ain't just like we just. So I mean, some days we do just cook up. We just be like, "Yo, you ready? All right, let's go." Then we just tap in. But some
Yeah,
days we'll just we'll chop it up for a little bit, and that mood will carry on into the beat.
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. You are, it's crazy. It's so, remember that the first one, you sent me something and I sent you something back and I sent you another version of it. But what you sent me back from what I sent to you, bruh, I think this, because you named that joint Feel For It. And I think that's exactly what's been going on the whole time. We just literally be feeling for the actual energy, and you don't miss. Here go that joint right here. Feel for it. Sheesh. Yeah, that was from the first one, man. That was from that
Yeah,
first one. That's the first joint I think we did like a major. We did the collaboration on and actually sent it in on that Saturday, and it's been
yeah,
chitty chitty bang bang ever since.
yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of scared of them.
Really?
Yeah, because you was in them progressions in there, man. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And here we are. That was what? Was that 2019 or 2020?
It's probably 19.
19.
Yeah,
Man, that was 6 years ago.
could 19 or maybe early 2020. It's. I know it's before that crazy stuff in 2020.
Oh, Okay, it was 19. If it was before the crazy stuff, well, I don't know, man. I know it was more than it was about 5 years ago at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a bit back, man. And I want to shout out, man. Princess Marie. I think that's the homie, man. She, bruh, man, she is a phenomenal creator. She's a creative. She doesn't create music. She creates anime. Like she draws. Her and her sister they draw, and they so cold
Oh,
with
okay.
the animations and stuff. It's like, man, in the drawing, it's like when you have a talent and you just put that thing to use consistently. I'm talking about perpetually, repeatedly, over and over and over again. You get gooder. What I say, gooder and gooder. You get better and better and better and better. But it gets to a point where can't nobody question your craft. It- she's one of them. She is an amazing creative, and I'm just like, it's dope when you dope, you attract people that are dope, especially when you do what you do publicly. And I think that's the key. The key to actually like getting better is putting yourself out there so people can find out about you, and then they could actually feel like, man, you know what, this is going to make me step it up. It's going to make me step up my game. And if you put yourself out there and they put themselves out there and y'all potentially collaborate, man, you're talking about a whole nother level. But you can't stay at the same level that you're at if your goal is to become a master at your craft. So you got to connect. You got to connect with people. Like that's how I connected with you. You looking at me like, man, nah, he good. I'm looking at you like, man, nah, he cold. And the
Uh,
thing is, that's kind of how like great relationships go. If you connected to people that are not helping you to become better, then you need to remove yourself and disconnect. Yeah, that's just my opinion. But if you are not elevating and growing and developing and becoming more than what you were when you met somebody, and it's been a minute since y'all been connected, it might be some time for some disconnection or some reevaluation. Putting people in their proper place in your life, appropriately assigning boundaries to the right people, and allowing them to roam free in certain realms of your life and you and theirs. Because if you are connected to people who are helping you to become better, then you just want to continue to stay connected. But it's when there's that friction, that I don't know, you start feeling kind of like I don't feel like talking to them. I don't really feel like when it's that way, you really got to reconsider. Like I have never had a conversation with you over the past 6 years we've been communicating, and felt like, man, I don't feel like talking to this man. Never, never. It if that's the and that's rare by the way. It's some people it's like, man, I ain't feeling that today. I ain't feeling it. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah,
But when you connect with people that you constantly growing and becoming better with, especially when it comes to something that's like my music is a part of my identity, man. And a lot of people don't even like they think, oh, Jared, you're a great speaker. Oh man, you a great speaker. And there's no disrespect to them. I appreciate that. But whenever they don't know that I create music, that I gotta do better with that. Cause it's like, hold on, you don't just speak well. You yes, it's still a form of communication. Like what
mhm,
comes from the voice is vibration. But what comes from music is also vibration. And when those sound waves hit your ears, they have the ability to affect you in so many ways. Like it's amazing what music can do for you, as well as inspirational, motivational, intentional communication. Both of them play a very important role in anything that you are involved in day to day. You listen to music, okay, that's a given. But let's say you go into the store. The way that they get you to buy more is by playing music. Did you know that?
yeah,
Yeah, they get you
yeah.
to buy more.
They set the mood. The moment you walk in the door, they set that mood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So if you walk in the door, the mood set. Now you know what you went to the store for, and don't be hungry. But you know what you went there for. But the music keeps you there a little bit longer. The music will have you walking down an aisle that you didn't intend to walk down. That sounds like marriage, but it's you literally being affected influenced by music, whether you realize it or not. You watch a movie, your favorite movies would not be the same without that music. I promise you. I promise you, your favorite movie would not be the same without the music. It just, music is pivotal. But the lines in your favorite movie play a role as well. Like them certain punchlines, them certain, like if you hear Denzel Washington talking and saying what he's saying, the music is important, but what he had to say, that message is important too. That's why it's important to merge your message with your music. You take your memories, and you transform them into meaningful messages, and then you add like those memorable melodies. And this is how people make a lot of their money, because they put it through a medium, which is a platform, and once it is experienced, it does something to you and for you if it's done right. Speaking of done right, man, I think that's about that time, man. I think it's about that time. I wanna ride out with something, one of our joints, man. But you got any last words?
Um, nah, man. Ain't got nothing cool to say, man.
Cool. Well, shoot. Look, I'll be doing this every Saturday. Every Saturday, I gotta put a time on it, and I will definitely do better with that. However, I don't have enough subscribers yet to actually set that up the way that I would like to. So I'm in need of developing my channel. When I develop my channel, I can set the actual scheduling up and all of that stuff. Right now, I'm doing it through software that I use called Ecamm. So if you would like to support the channel so that you can get actual notifications and you can actually see like, hold on, wait a minute, he's doing this again? Yes, but I can't schedule it the way that I would like to because I don't have enough subscribers yet. It won't allow me to, but I intend to be intentional and show up regularly. Every Saturday, I intend to do this, and this will be a place for not only good conversation, but music to be heard. But I want to hear your music. If you know anybody that is a dope producer, a dope beat maker, or someone who just has their own music and they need to be heard, send them this way. Every Saturday mornings, we'll be doing this, and it'll be for them to actually unmute themselves, because so many people are muted because they're not allowing people to hear them. And you deserve to be heard, especially if you're a phenomenal person that's got a lot of things that are worth listening to. And I want to actually support and help that. So I think, listen, this has been a dope session. I appreciate you, Jizzle, man. Hopefully you'll be able to show up next week too. And until next time, y'all, we gonna ride out with this one right here, one of my favorites. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment or share, whatever you choose. I'm there for it. I'm here for all of it. Y'all stay focused, and I appreciate y'all being here and showing up. Much love.